We'll start, guys, in next 2 minutes. Okay. We'll start, guys, in next 2 minutes. Okay. Last time. So, किसी link पता तक करो. नहीं थी short सी है कि तो उसका मुझे होता. इसका पार्ट नहीं. मैं पार्ट नहीं मिला. So everyone join. Can we start? Coming back in 2 minutes, guys. Okay, I'm just coming back in 2 minutes. I'll just drink some water. So come back. Okay, let me start. 1 minute, guys. We'll start. Okay. Where is my? Okay. Let me start. 1 minute, guys. We'll start. Okay. Where is my? Okay. Can you guys hear me clearly? Whether you guys can see my screen clearly, can you please let me know in the chat option so that we can start with our today's lecture. Let me know, guys, because today's lecture is going to be really interesting, and the amount of knowledge which I'm telling you, can you guys hear me clearly, is something which is very important for your career. And normally the people will charge so much of money to make you understand about this knowledge, that too practically. But now Learnomet is coming with a lot of free sessions, so enjoy that. So I can see here the people are saying good, everyone is able to hear me. See, are you not sharing this information with your friends? Are you enjoying everything alone only? Because if you are sharing with multiple people, then then I will also get some confidence. I will also get some कि भाई चलो अपने को भी स्टार्ट करने का है, बहुत लोग ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, अपना वेट कर रहे हैं. Okay, fine. So in the last lecture, okay, this is day 3 where we are talking about the cloud computing. In the last lecture we have discussed about a very important service. We called it as a, what is the service we said? EC2 service, EC2 instance, right? So we discuss about the EC2 instance, and I also tell you that overall the cloud, not only AWS, whenever you are talking about the cloud, all these services are getting divided into the multiple part. So the first part was infrastructure as a service, second part was platform as a service, and third part was software as a service. In infrastructure as a service, a cloud will give you, a cloud vendor will give you infrastructure. So in that infrastructure you can decide like which software you want to install, from where to get that software. You are responsible to upgrade that software, you are doing everything. Then we discuss about platform as a service, where you are getting a platform to develop something, like normally the developer are using platform as a service. And the third important thing is software as a service, where you are getting a ready-made software, So these are all things we have discussed. We also discussed about a very important service in the last lecture. We called it as a EC2 instance. So normally what happened, I'll tell you. There is a concept we called it as a virtualization. Virtualization. So what is this concept? You consider that you got a very big server. Okay. You consider that you got a big server, or you consider that you got a big laptop. You consider like this. Now when you got a big laptop, normally in that laptop you are going to install one operating system only. Like I have a laptop. Now only one person can use that laptop, right? Like if I am sitting, then my kid or my wife, she cannot use the same laptop. They cannot use that. Even my brother cannot use the same laptop. So when you purchase a server and this server is very costly, normally what we do, in that server we are not going to install one operating system only. Let's take an example. There are 10 people, there are 10 users are there, and they also want to use the same server. So what we will do, we will create a virtual machine of this server. So small machine we will create, like virtual machine number 1, virtual machine number 2, virtual machine number 3, virtual machine number 4. And this machine will be dedicated to user number 1, this machine will be dedicated to the user number 2, this machine will be dedicated to the user number 3, and this machine will be dedicated to the user number 4. This concept we called it as a virtualization. So when you say that you have installed one EC2 instance, it means when you say that, when you go to the AWS and from that you are installing one EC2 instance, it means you are getting one virtual machine. And in that virtual machine, you can decide that which operating system you want to install. So yesterday we have installed Ubuntu operating system. You got my point? So it's not like you are using a complete server, because if you are taking a dedicated server, that is very costly. So you have a server and that server is used by the multiple people. That server resources are consumed by the multiple people. That concept we called it as a virtualization, and this EC2 instance is also a one virtual machine. This EC2 instance is also one virtual machine only. Are you able to understand, guys? Guys, tell me, are you able to understand? Are you able to understand, everyone? Are you able to understand? Correct? Everyone, you guys are understanding what I'm trying to make you understand about this virtualization? Whatever I said, are you able to understand? Let me know. If you are not understanding, that is also fine. But whatever I discuss, are you able to understand what is virtualization? What is this EC2 instance? Is it clear? Can you please let me know in the chat option? Samay is saying yes, Rakesh is saying yes, Prakash is saying yes, Suraj is saying yes. Great, great, man. You guys are understanding it very clearly. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me click on analytics. Okay. Just check this. So I'll get a better screen. Okay, now I can see that very clearly. Okay, now the next part. What is the next part? So today we are going to understand about, okay, consider that this is my virtual machine. Okay. Okay, so let's take an example. This is my EC2 instance. This is my EC2 instance, and under that I have installed which operating system? Ubuntu operating system. So whenever you are going to install any operating system, what it required? It required some storage to store your files. If you don't understand, I will tell you one example, very layman example. When you go to the laptop center, let's say you are going to the laptop center and you are purchasing a laptop. Let's say you have purchased a laptop with Dell company. So when you purchase a laptop, along with that laptop, you are getting some storage, correct? You are getting some storage. So what, like you take an example of my laptop. My storage is 2 terabyte of storage. My storage is 2 terabyte. This is a storage which is connected to your laptop only. If you open the laptop, what you will see? You will see CPU there, you will see memory there, and you will see hard disk over there, correct? This storage is what? It's basically your hard disk. This is a hard disk, correct? So basically, whenever you are going to install your operating system, you will also get some storage. So yesterday we got some 8 GB of storage only because we are using free tier. So we got 8 GB of storage. So what you are going to store in that storage? For example, when I purchase a laptop and if I'm getting a storage, I will create some partitions like C drive, D drive, and in that I will install my operating system. I will place my images, I will place my videos, right? Everything. These are all details I'm going to place into that storage. Similar way, whenever you are going to install the operating system, you will get a storage. Now consider that, I will tell you the real time example now. Consider an example that you have installed Ubuntu operating system and tomorrow you are going to install one database. Now that database can be your PostgreSQL database, Oracle database, or any other database. So you have Ubuntu operating system. Under that Ubuntu operating system, what you have installed? One database. Now where these database related files will be stored? Because when you install the database, database will have some data files, like it will have some data files, arclog files, redo log files, some database related files will be there. Where that files will be stored? Tell me. That files will be stored with the storage which is attached to the EC2 instance. This storage we called it as a, what is this storage we called it as? What is this storage we called it as? Tell me guys, what do you think? उस storage को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं जो सर्वर के साथ में ही आता है? What is that storage we called it as? Like I told you one example. We have a laptop. With the laptop I got some storage. From that storage I created some partitions where I'm going to store my related files. My files I'm going to store. Same way with the server, I'm getting some storage because when we install the operating system, that time it was asking me how much storage you want. I said I want 8 GB of storage. Then I install my database. When I install my database related files got stored under this storage. This storage we called it as a EBS storage. What is this we called? EBS storage. So now we are trying to understand the concept called storage, how storage works in AWS cloud. Now when I say AWS, this can be similar with Azure also or GCP also, only the terminologies are getting changed. When you go to any laptop center and you are purchasing a laptop called Dell laptop or Acer laptop or any laptop, almost all laptops are same only, it just a naming convention will be here and there. Similar way, if you have Ubuntu operating system, under that Ubuntu operating system, if you install any database, that database related files will be getting stored under some storage. That storage we call it as a EBS. So what is EBS? What is EBS? The long form of EBS is elastic blob storage. What we called elastic, what is EBS? It's a elastic, क्या लिखा मैंने, blob लिखा है नहीं, it's a block storage. It's a block storage, elastic block storage. So what is this elastic block storage? What is this elastic block storage? You consider that you have a hard disk, you got the hard disk, like you said that with my Ubuntu operating system I'm going to attach 8 GB of hard disk. Under this hard disk, my database related files will be stored over here. And this hard disk is basically the combination of small block. That is a OS level block. This is a small block. That is the reason we called it as a block storage. Elastic block storage. There is one more type of storage is there. Like for example, you take an example of laptop. In laptop, with the laptop you are getting one storage, correct, which is my 2 terabyte of my hard disk. Now this 2 terabyte is not sufficient for me. Consider that I have a laptop. With the laptop I got some storage, but this storage is not sufficient for me. So what you will do, you will increase the storage. So basically you are going to increase your EBS storage, elastic block storage, you are going to increase it. But my condition is that I don't want this storage to be, I don't want this storage to be attached to my server. Whenever I need, I can use that. Whenever I don't need, I will not use that. There is something what we call external disk, right? We are going to use some external disk in that case. Or we can use something called pen drive also, correct? Pen drive also. And that storage we called it as a, what is that storage we called? S3. So what is this S3? S, because there are 3 S are available in this storage. Tell me what is the long form of S3? Amazon S3. So Amazon S3 is also one service among, Amazon S3 is also a service in the AWS to store your data. So what is the long form of S3? Guys, tell me. What is the long form of S3? Everyone? What is the long form of S3? Tell me. You guys are listening me? What is the long form of S3? Tell me, I'm listening you. What is the long form of S3? Stream key. Guys, tell me. Simple what? Simple storage. Tell me, what is the long form of S3? So, I'll tell you one example. So, generally what happen, I'll tell you. Okay. Simple storage service, correct. Simple storage service. See, generally what will happen, I'll tell you one real-time example which is used in production environment. Let's say you are using EC2 instance. Okay. So, I got the EC2 instance where my let's say Ubuntu operating system is installed. Now when you are installing a database, the database related files like for example data files, the database related files will be stored in the EBS storage, elastic block storage. The database related files will be stored in elastic block storage. Now this database is very important, which is having some tables also. Tomorrow you are going to take the backup. Tomorrow you are going to take the backup of this table. So where you are going to store the backup of this table? You are not going to use EBS storage. Where you are going to store the backup? Because the backup size is very huge. The backup size is very huge. I don't want to use my EBS because EBS is also very costly. I don't want to use this. Okay, when I want to take the backup will go here, okay, in the EBS storage. But from EBS, I will move it to one more storage, and that storage we called it as S3, Amazon S3. I will move it to the Amazon S3. Where I will move to the Amazon S3, which is my external hard disk. If I want to tell you in a layman word, this is internal hard disk and this is the external hard disk. So generally what happen, whenever you are taking a database backup, the backup will go to the EBS. But from EBS, where are you going to move? To the Amazon S3 bucket. You are going to store it under the Amazon S3 bucket here. Where you are going to move it? To the Amazon S3 bucket. Are you able to understand? Guys, आप लोग को समझ में आ रहा? Are you able to understand till now? Whatever I am discussing, are you able to understand? Is it clear? Let me know in the comment section. Quickly let me know in the comment section, are you able to understand? So that I'll go to the next level. Here I'm watching because I'm watching your comments also. I can see your comments, what you guys are saying. So that is why I'm seeing here also. आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है? आप लोग मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा? अभी हम लोग इतना ताकत लगा रहे हैं. Okay. इतना ताकत लगा रहे. अगर आप लोग को मिलना है, if you want to see me, if you want to visit our office, you guys can visit our office in Pune location. Pune Wakad location. We have our office is available. Pune Wakad. Here our office is available. If you guys want to discuss about any opportunities or anything, okay. Anyway, I'm going to explain here also, but by any chance, okay. Now the next part. See, this storage is also a different type. Now I'm telling you, this storage is also of different type. So storage is also of different type. I'll tell you one example. For example, when you purchase a laptop, whenever you are purchasing a laptop, what will happen? You will find some storage will be which is very fast, some storage will be slower. Like if I take the example of laptop, which is the faster storage? What is the faster storage? You know, guys, what is the faster storage? You know, tell me, what is the faster storage? You know, if I just consider an example of hard, if I just take an example of क्या बोलते हैं इसको, if I just take the example of my laptop, what is the faster storage you see? Like, yeah, so the faster storage is basically your SSD, and what is the slower storage is basically your hard disk, correct? So what AWS has done, depending upon your usage, it has created a multiple type of storage. Depending upon your usage, it has created a different type of storage. So what does it mean? It means you need some storage where you need a faster read and write, which you are going to use frequently. And that storage we called it as a S3 standard. This is a category name, S3 standard. So whenever you are selecting a storage, when you are going to the AWS, अगर आप लोग AWS के पास में जाओगे, उसको बोलेंगे मेरे को स्टोरेज चाहिए, वो बोलेगा कौन सा स्टोरेज चाहिए. You are going to say that okay, I need S3 storage. So when you are going to the AWS and you are saying that, boss, I need storage. Which storage? Do you need faster storage, lower storage? Because if the storage is faster, now this is a faster storage where you are going to access a data frequently. Now consider example, our C drive. Our C drive, we need a faster drive, right? Because you are going to access the operating system multiple times. So we use SSD. But do you know that SSD is costly? Do you know that the SSD is costly, right? SSD is costly na, compared to the hard disk. So whenever you are in a situation where you think that I need a frequent read and write, frequently I'm going to access the files from that storage, they will give you S3 standard. So you can choose the S3 standard storage, but this is actually costly. This is actually costly. क्या है ये? Costly. This is actually costly. This is actually very costly, but you will get much better performance. Then we have, like, these are the storage classes, you know, whatever I'm telling you, these are the storage classes. Actually there are different type of classes are there. Like if I just tell you, if you think that I need a storage which does not require a frequent access, infrequent access, so you can use a storage called S3 standard IA, infrequent access. Infrequent means, for example, you take an example of your backups. Okay, I have taken the backup. There is a chances that I have a backup. Like let's take an example, I have taken the database backup. Are you going to use the backup? Are you going to access that backup on daily basis? No, you're not going to access that backup on daily basis, right? So why to keep it in frequently storage class? Because if you are keeping it into the frequently storage class, If you are using or not using, because the storage has consumed the hard disk, the storage is already consumed na? Even though if you are not using it, but the storage is consumed, so it will charge you like anything. So depending upon your usage, you can say that which storage you need. There is one more terminology is there, you might have heard about S3 Glacier also. Glacier. This is also one class of storage. When you say that I want to see, whenever you are purchasing any product, you will see a different category, right? So today we purchase क्या बोलते हैं उसको, हमने आज ना ये खरीदा, क्रोमा है हमारे घर के बाजू में, वहां से मैंने सिलेंडर होता है ना, सिलेंडर के ऊपर का क्या होता है, बर्नर. So we got one burner of 12,000 rupees, second burner 7,000, and then third one is 4,000. So quality, right? Depending upon the quality, you will have, depending upon the quality, the cost will be high. So Glacier means, let's say you are going to keep some files over here and you are not going to use it for years and years. Maybe one time you are going to use. So this is cheaper, but it is slower also. So whenever you are using a storage called Glacier na, it means you are not going to use that files. Let's say you have some archiver files, you have very old archiver files, maybe you will not use it, and after that you are going to delete that also. That time you are going to use Glacier one. There is one more service is there. One more service is there. What is that service? See, this data, we are going to store our data into the S3 bucket. Consider that we are going to store our data into the S3 bucket. So what is bucket? You consider that it is a folder. Let's say I created one folder with the name Learnomate bucket. I created this folder. Under this folder, I have placed some of my files. Like I have kept my image, I have kept some video, I have kept some text file. So this is a bucket. So bucket is a root directory. What is bucket? Bucket you consider like a root directory. What you consider it as? It's a root directory. Under that root directory, what you will find? Under that root directory, what you will find? You will find image, the whatever files you want to store. You want to store image, video, text file, data file, database related files, backups, whatever you are going to store. This is something we call it as a object. So these are all objects are there. These are all objects are there. So we are going to create a bucket. Under that bucket, you are going to store your files. That files will be stored under S3 bucket only. This is something we called it as a object. Amazon S3 bucket store a data in the form of not a block storage. It's not a block storage. What is the storage, guys? What is the storage? Tell me, what is the storage? Okay, I'll do one thing. It's Amazon S3 store a data in the form of object storage. So this is something we call it as object storage, and EBS store a data in the form of block storage, because I told you not small block, and in that block your data will be stored. That's a block storage. Likewise, we have multiple storages are also available. Let me tell you one more important thing. This storage can be replicated also. This storage can be replicated also in the availability zone. Replicated means what? For example, let's say I have kept my data in Mumbai location. So in Mumbai location, here is my data center. I have kept my data over here. There is some disaster kind of situation happen in Mumbai location. The data which is available in the Mumbai location is very, very important for me. And now the Mumbai location is not accessible, where the data center is available, that is not accessible. So if I think that at the time of storage, this data is going to be really, really important for me, what I will do, I will keep a same copy of that data into one more location, that is a Pune location. So when you configure a storage, you can replicate that storage into the multiple availability zone. What you can do, you can replicate that into the multiple availability zone also. That is also possible, guys. That is also possible. I'll talk about that practically, but do you want to see this practically? How to create S3 bucket practically? You want to see? Tell me. How to create S3 bucket practically? You want to see? Oh, बताओ जल्दी से. Guys, बताओ जल्दी से. Do you want to see this practically? Everyone, tell me quickly. You want to see this practically? You want to see this practically? And are you enjoying the lectures that we are taking? Like, do you think that this is, changing your life, and it is, adding some values in your life, especially in terms of cloud computing? Mean it can be your AWS, Azure, GCP. What do you think? Everyone, hmm? आप लोग को मजा आ रहा है? मतलब बोर तो नहीं हो रहा ना? बोर हो रहा है तो बता मेरे को, यार हिंदी में लेने का, मैं हिंदी में भी ले सकता हूँ, बट ये यार इंग्लिश जनता भाग जाएंगी. ठीक है. ठीक है, लेट्स सी इट प्रैक्टिकली. ओके, जस्ट गिव मी मिनट, आई विल जस्ट डू सम सेटिंग. Let's see. Let me show you practically, guys. Okay, I'm just coming to my screen. I'll just stop this display capture and start it. Now I'll go here. Okay. Can you guys see my AWS console screen? Console login. Can you see my this screen? Everyone, let me log in, sign into console. Man, every day I need to log in here. Okay, I have already logged in. Can you see my screen? Okay. मजा आ रहा है ना आप लोग को? ठीक है. So what you need to do? So you need to go to the search. You need to go to the search. Let me show you if I can use this camera also. Okay. Acha, this is not Zoom meeting na? Okay, 1 minute. Huh? If I say video capture, and if I say Logitech Brio, aha, and if I just open that, this is my control. Okay, 1 minute. Huh? I'm just checking something. Where I can go. Okay, I'm here now. Let me zoom out. Okay, how to make it? वीडियो कैप्चर को थोड़ा सा ऊपर लाना पड़ेगा. Okay, can you guys see me? Can you guys see me now? Does my screen is visible? Okay, I am here. I am here. Let me close this. This is not required. I'll stop unnecessary machines. Okay, looks good. Good. Good to see. I'll go to the AWS console login. Okay, so I'm already here, and you just need to search with AWS S3. What you need to do? You need to say AWS S3. So just click this. Okay, click here. So I'm showing you how to. I'm showing you how to create a bucket, which is your AWS S3 bucket. And in that S3 bucket, how are you going to store your files? How are you going to store your files? So you can just search it with Amazon S3. Just go here, search it with the Amazon S3, click here. Then we have options called create a bucket. Okay, so I'm just creating a bucket. So you bucket means you consider like a folder. It's a root folder, and under this root folder, your files will be stored. Now Amazon S3 can store any format of files, like it can be video, audio, image, text, logs, anything. So for which purpose you want to install, whether you want to install it for general purpose. So recommended for most user cases and access pattern, general purpose bucket are the original S3 bucket type. They allow a mixed storage classes that redundant storage. So most of the time we go with the general storage because it give you option to replicate your data into multiple availability zone. Now what is meant by availability zone? Like you might have asked question like, what is meant by availability zone? What do you think is? Hmm? What is availability zone? Every time I am saying availability zone, but what does it mean, availability zone? Hmm? What does it mean? What is meant by availability zone? What do you think? Hmm? What is meant by availability zone? Any idea? Hmm? So just now I told you one example, right? Consider that I have a data center. So consider an example that this AWS, they have created one data center. Okay. Consider that you have a data center which is available in Mumbai location. This is a data center which is your physical environment only, or like it's a kind of building. Okay. Now this has, definitely it has power, because without power how the machine will work means your current is there, you have network is there, you have, now when you have this, a very good infrastructure over here, you may have some power issue, you may have some network issue, you may have some hardware issue over there, you may have some application issue, and consider that in this location only my data is available here. So what you will do, I will try to replicate the same data in Pune location. In Pune also I have a data center. So when I select a storage, I have explicitly mentioned that my data should be replicated in Mumbai as well as in Pune, and I'm ready to pay for that. I'm ready to pay for that. Because by any chance if your Mumbai location goes down, still I have a same to same data which is replicated in Pune location. That's something we call it as a availability zone. Availability zone. So we need to understand that every region, does it have availability zone for that particular services or not. So what I will do, I'm going to create a general purpose. Now what is the name you want to give? So whenever you are going to create a bucket, to bucket we need to give some name. Now whether you want to give a global namespace, global namespace means if you give a name to your bucket, that should not be used by any person globally. And you can say account regional namespace. Okay, in your account no one can use a same bucket name. So I'll give the name like learnomate bucket, bucket. I'll just give the name like, and this is a full bucket name which got created automatically. If you already have any bucket, you can choose the setting from existing bucket also. So right now I don't have any bucket. Then we have ACL disable. What is this? All objects in these buckets are owned by this account. Access to this bucket and its object is specified using only policies. If you go with the ACL enabled, object in this bucket can be owned by other AWS account. Access to this bucket and its object can be specified using ACL. So if I say now I'm creating a bucket, under that bucket my files will be there. Who will be the owner? So I'm saying that the person who is creating this bucket is the owner of all the files which are available in this bucket. So I'll go with ACL disabled, and that is recommended also. Do you want to block public access? Like now I'm creating my, see, I'm going to store my files somewhere in some location. Do you want that to be accessed outside? I want to block all public access. No one can use this. See, remember, anything which is available on AWS can be accessible by using internet, provided you have given the permissions. Now I'm saying block all public access. So I'm clearly mentioning that no one should access the files which are getting stored under my AWS bucket. So you consider that I'm using one region. Consider that my region is Mumbai region. In the Mumbai region, I have created one bucket. I am creating my bucket. In that bucket, I am going to store my files. Who can access? Does anyone from the public he can access? No, I have mentioned that security. Security is very, very important. The security is very, very important. Able to understand? Now, do you want to have a bucket versioning? So what is mean by versioning? Versioning is a means of keeping multiple variant of an object in the same bucket. In the same bucket. In the same bucket, you can use versioning to preserve, retrieve, store every version of every object stored in your Amazon S3 bucket. With versioning, you can easily recover from both unintended user actions and see sometimes what happen. Let's say you uploaded the same file 2 times. There is a chances that your file can be overwritten, correct? And if you think that my file should not be overwritten in that situation, so you can enable the versioning also. You use, see, Amazon has given you n number of features, but every feature is costly. Every costly means they will take the charges for that. So do you want to enable the versioning? Yes. Now, do you want to give some name? Yeah, I can give some name. I'm going to use this for production. So you can give production. For which purpose you are going to store these files? This is my production data. So I'll say production. Scroll it down. What level of encryption you want to see? Any files which is going to be stored under the S3 bucket, it will have some encryption. It will have some encryption. So don't think that the image will be stored like an image only. No. Now click on create a bucket, and now the bucket is going to be created. Guys, everyone able to understand? आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा? Whatever we discuss, are you guys able to understand till now how to create a bucket and all? Everyone, let me know in the comment section quickly, because unless and until you are not telling me, how will I understand that, right? Tell me, whatever I am discussing, are you able to understand? Do you guys want me to come tomorrow also and tell you all these things practically tomorrow? A new concept of AWS? We can take anything, okay? Let me know if you guys are understanding. Everyone? Okay, now see here. Unless and until I'm not getting 50 yes, I will not go ahead. Okay, but see, if you guys want to listen me, if you guys want to understand about me, na, you need to listen me daily. It's not like, you are coming today and tomorrow you are not, then you will not understand. Okay, so you guys need to listen me daily. Okay, now, so I created one bucket. Under this bucket, I'm going to store my files. Which file? I'll click on upload. I'm clicking on upload, add a file. So you can add directly a file, or you can directly add a folder also. I'll click on add a file. So which file I want to add? I'll click on, let's say, downloads. Do we have any files? So okay, so I'll just select this one. this one, these two image, three image. What else we have? That's fine. Okay, three image I'm uploading. See here, I'm uploading three image here. Can you see here? Image number one, image number two, and image number. These are the three image, and this is my destination path. Grant public access and access to the other account. So if you click on the permission, you can decide that who can access these files. You can access these files. If you click on the properties, what is the storage class? I told you, right? Standard means frequently access data more than once a month with millisecond access. The availability zone is 3. Remember, why S3 is very important? Because S3 is providing you availability concept. 99.99999 11 times 9 you will have availability of your data. If you are using physical server, there is a chances that your physical server may be getting down. There's a chances that your physical server may goes down, but here your storage will never ever goes down. Mostly means 99.999 11 times. That level of availability is there. So if you go with the standard, this is costly. Per object fees apply for object 128 KB. If you go with intelligent tiering, data with changing known access, standard infrequently access data once a month. Let's say you are accessing a backups. Normally backups we don't access daily. Like if you are having a database backup, maybe once a month we will access, right? So that time we can go with standard IA. One zone, recreate incorrectly accessed data with milliseconds once a month. So you will get only one zone here. Glacier, long live archive data access once a quarter and instance retrieval in millisecond. Actually, I'll tell you one example. You take an example of bank. So if you are working as a database administrator, generally what happen? Every bank will have some. Every bank every bank will have some policies. What is the policy? You can access your statement for 7 years also. Like if you go to the SBI and saying that I want to access 7 year of statement, they will, what they will do, they are not going to keep your data for 7 years. The data will be there for 7 years, but infrequently used data will be stored under this category. Glacier is instant retrieval. Why? Because this storage is not that costly. So depending upon your access usage, and if you are ready to pay, you can use the storage class. Okay, now looks good, and we have uploaded these three files, and finally click on upload. Now these three files got uploaded. See here, 5.6 MB of files are getting uploaded here. See here, you can see the progress. Okay, click on close. Okay, now if I click on the first link, if I just click on the first image, you can see the image over here. This is the image which we, this is the image. If I just click on object URL, see what will happen. Access denied. So if I'm giving you this URL to anyone, he cannot access unless and until I provide the permission. Unless and until I provide the permission. Copy S3 URI. If I just paste this S3 URL, so you can directly download also. If you want to download, you can use download by using WinSCP and all. You can download it also. Right now I have a WinSCP, so you can download also here, provided you should have permissions. So in the S3 bucket, we have, see here, these are the versions. Like you can maintain the versions also. If you go to the, if you go to this general purpose bucket we are using right now, okay, and this is the way you can create a bucket. You can provide the permissions also. You can create a multiple snapshots also. Okay, so if I just go here, and you can see these are the files got. If you want to download this file, you can just select and you can download the files also from here, like one by one You can download the files also. If I just say download, the file got downloaded here. See here, the same file which I just opened, the file got downloaded. See here, right? So you can set the permissions also. You can set the permissions also who can access this file. If you want to add more files in the bucket, you can add it from here also. Guys, able to understand? Everyone, आप लोगों को समझ में आ रहा है? Everyone, are you able to understand? Let me know in the comment section if you guys are understanding. Let me know in the comment section if you guys are understanding. Guys, let me know. Once your work is done, click on the bucket. Okay, click on the bucket, and if you just click on the bucket, this is the bucket. You need to empty this bucket. I want to empty, so you can say permanently delete. You can just copy. Why am I deleting this? Because I don't want to have a charges. I don't want to pay any charges for this bucket. I'm just using it for testing purpose only. So go to the AWS S3, okay, and if you just go here and delete that bucket, guys, delete that bucket, because I don't want that bucket now, because I don't want. So first you need to empty, and then you can directly delete that bucket. So you need to mention that bucket name. So I'll just copy that, paste it, and delete bucket. Now the bucket has been deleted. So what is bucket? So we have a very important concept is there. We have a very important concept is there. We call it as a bucket. So what is this bucket? A bucket is a very important concept where you are going to store your files. Whenever you want to store your AWS related files, we are going to use AWS bucket, AWS S3 bucket. The service name is S3. Under the S3, you are going to create a bucket. Under that bucket, you are going to store your any files, any files, any files. And we also discuss about the EBS. So AWS store a data in the form of object storage, and EBS store the data in the form of block storage. So I told you one layman example also. अगर आप कोई लैपटॉप लेते हो तो उसके साथ में जो आपको हार्ड डिस्क मिलती है वो आपका ईबीएस स्टोरेज हुआ, लेकिन अगर आपने एक्सटर्नल हार्ड डिस्क लगाया तो वो क्या हुआ आपका S3 bucket. So generally in the real time production environment, whenever the client want to store the database backup, they will go with the S3 bucket. If you store any data into the S3 bucket and you think that I want to delete that data after certain time, let's say I have some data which is available in the S3 bucket and I want to delete that data after certain time, for that also you need to use some service, Amazon, which is AWS S3 lifecycle. There is a service called S3 lifecycle. So by using that service, you can delete a data automatically from the S3 bucket also. That is also possible. But you guys want to understand about that practically, right? So whatever services name I'm telling you, just keep it in your mind, because maybe sometimes this is really helpful for you. Okay. So how was your third day, guys? कैसा रहा आप लोग का third day about the cloud computing? How was that? How was that, guys? How was your third day? Hmm? Are you there in our WhatsApp group? I hope everyone is there. Are you there in our WhatsApp group, guys? You guys are there in our WhatsApp group, right, everyone? Because we created a WhatsApp group just to make sure that you people are joining us daily. Hmm? Okay. Please fill up the review about how you feel it. Okay. Slowly, we will try to go to the next concept. Each and every day will become little difficult. Okay. So please, okay, so listen me from the first day. Okay, listen me from the first day, and slowly you will get a confidence on AWS also. AWS or Azure is very vast. It's a vast concept. बहुत कुछ है इसमें सीखने जैसा, थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा, ओके, बट यू विल अंडरस्टैंड इट, ओके। जब तक मैं हूँ तब तक तो आपको समझेगा। So we have 2 more days to go, and tomorrow also I will come up with some new topic, and I will explain you about the cloud computing. Meanwhile, if you guys want to share this information with your friends, colleagues, you can please do that. And I request everyone to join our WhatsApp group also, and please fill up our reviews. Please fill up the reviews. That's something which is very important for us. Can I give you a review link? 1 minute. And mention about the cloud computing training. Just mention that you have taken the AWS training with us. There is nothing wrong in that, okay? And give me 5-star rating only, okay? And those people who are conjuice, they cannot go with 5-star, don't give that. Then कंजूस पीपल की नहीं चाहिए हमको कम, okay? So 1 minute, let me do one thing. Okay, so I have given you review link. Please share your review, guys, okay? If you think that you cannot give 5-star rating, don't give that then, okay? We don't need you, okay? So I have given you one review link. I request everyone to please share your review, because that's something which is very important for me. I'll give you the link also. So if you just go here, and if you just search it with Learnomate Technologies, okay, you can see there are multiple reviews are available, right? So I request everyone to provide the good review over here along with the comment, and just mention that you have taken the cloud training with us. You feel good. Okay, so you guys can scan here. Okay. You guys can scan here also. So that way also you can give us. So maybe you can open your screen. You can do that, or if you want, I can give you a link also. Okay. So you guys can scan here. Do you want a WhatsApp group? I'll give it to you guys. 1 minute. I think my WhatsApp. 1 minute. Let me check whether my WhatsApp is not opening now. One one. जब भी कुछ काम रहता है ना साला, ये WhatsApp नहीं ओपन होगा, ये नहीं होगा, कुछ ना कुछ साला जिंदगी में चलते रहता है. 1 minute. Let me give you the WhatsApp link also. If it is opening quickly. 92%. No, no, it's not opening. It's taking some time. Okay, no worries. Tomorrow I'll give it to you. Okay, tomorrow I'll give it to you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining and listening me. We will continue this. Thank you, guys. Thanks. Bye bye. Please share your review on Google review with 5-star, and mention that you got a very good training with us.